There we go. Okay.
He
Just
actually gave
want
me a nice little stop so we could record. It's okay.
to welcome everyone to our virtual hospitality and travel youth boot camp spring 2026 session. Um, Move to my next slide, make sure everything's good. Yes, before we get started, I just want to go over some of the student engagement expectations that I go over before each and every session. What are we expecting? Number one, and we saw it yesterday, so I just want to say kudos to everyone about cameras being on. Definitely you being here, so check that box. Thank you so much for showing up. We definitely love the engagement, so keep that energy up. Make sure you unmute, drop what you have to say in the chat. Let's interact and definitely showing some growth. So definitely, if you learned a little something from yesterday that can be related to what we're learning today, definitely share it. And I won't go over all of these here, but I'll put them here so you can see it. Just so you know what we are looking for as far as the presenters, your instructors, the directors. We just expect all our scholars to show up and show out. So I definitely just want to remind you of that. And as I stop sharing, I also wanted to remind everyone, I hope that you were able to get the link for the Google Classroom that was sent via the chat that we are all sharing together. I know a few scholars, you guys have joined the Google Classroom. If you haven't, check that group chat, click on the link, and definitely sign up for the Google Classroom so you can then also not only get your assignments, but also that optional assignment that we talked about yesterday, the LOL, Learning Out Loud assignment. You're able to submit that video there in that Google Classroom. I know yesterday we were having some difficulties, but you should be good to go now because I think there are about 4 scholars who have joined that Google Classroom. If you have any questions, I'll be here when this session is over. I'll also drop it in the chat a little bit later. So, with all that being said, I'll pass it over to Chef Dre. Did we lose Chef Dre? I don't see him. There we
I
go.
didn't see him.
Pass it over to Chef Dre so he can get us going for the rest of this evening.
Fantastic. Well, scholars, we're gonna jump right into it. I got an incredible person that I've known for quite some time. Was also part of our hospitality and travel program that our president and CEO, Rosie, often talks about at our high school. Another graduate of the program that went on to do fantastic things in the hospitality industry. I mean, from being going from housekeeping to general manager to front desk to any parts of the hotel, she has done it, and now she specializes in revenue management. So you're going to get some great time today. Her class is in 2 parts because it is quite a bit of information. So we'll have one part today, and then the next part will be tomorrow night, and then we'll do Mentimeter tomorrow night. Is that okay with everybody? Give me a thumbs up if you're paying attention. I appreciate you. Outstanding. I'm going to turn it over to Professor Tanya Barlow.
All righty. Hello, everybody. We're going to see
Hello.
if we can get this to work. I am on a MacBook that I don't really know how to use successfully, so please bear with me for a little bit.
I'm pretty sure half of the students on here understand Apple and Mac. Put your hands up if you have a MacBook or an iPhone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all of them. So you have plenty of help.
Thank you very much. Is my screen being shared right now?
No.
Can you see my
Nope.
screen? Okay. Okay. And of course, when I want it to work now, it's not going to work. Let's see, share. All right, I might have to ask my daughter to come in here, guys. I'm so sorry. It's why it's not sharing now.
You did hit the green arrow at the bottom.
Yes, I'm hitting the green arrow.
And
It's not allowing me to share. TT, it's not allowing me to share. We can stop the video. We're going to stop the video for a second so she's not being shown.
All right. Okay. You are most welcome.
All right, and everybody, our young adults, thank you so much for your patience. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to do this successfully, but I don't know anything about Mac, like I said before, so I really, really appreciate it. But as Professor Blassingame said too, my name is Latanya Barlow. Currently, I work at the S.O.A.R. Hilton in our downtown Louisville, Kentucky. That is a picture of our hotel. I actually started in our hospitality program at Shawnee High School, where I worked on our cruise dining ship. It was called the S.O.A.R. of Louisville, which is no longer in existence at the moment. But I worked at our S.O.A.R. of Louisville. I worked at the hotel called the Executive West. I worked at our convention bureau. And then I started my career with Musselman Hotels, which is a locally owned company here in Louisville, Kentucky. We have about 12 hotels, and I worked at about all of them, probably except for two of them that just opened up recently. I, as of February the 9th or February the 8th, I was the general manager of our Homewood Suites. I stepped down because I wanted to be home with my family a little bit more. So now I'm at the S.O.A.R. Hilton doing revenue management. You can go to the next slide. So we're just going to talk about a little bit of day in the life of a hotel worker. Their hotel work is really fun. I believe that a lot of people, a lot of these young adults, you're not interested in being in the hotel program. Hopefully, I can change your mind a little bit. Or for those of you who want to go into the restaurant industry, hotels is a great place to work. It's really fun. It's flexible hours. You meet a lot of different people, different teammates from all over the country, different cities. So it's really fun to learn from each other. You can go to the next slide. So the hotel industry is comprised of, it provides accommodations, food, and services. Some of the examples of the hotels, which I know you guys have seen, are like the Motel Sixes, Red Roof Inns. You have Hilton properties, Hampton Inns, DoubleTrees, Embassy Suites. You also have Marriott properties. You have Holiday Inns. So there is a vast array of hotels that you can work at and also go and travel and be at, depending on wherever you want to go. A lot of those hotels I think are really good. I am more prone to our Hilton and Marriott properties. I've worked at those longer. I love those properties. And I always know what we're going to get whenever I go to those Hilton and Marriott properties. And those are comprised of select service, full service, and limited services. A select service hotel would be, well, let me ask you this. What do you think a select service hotel is? No wrong answers. I know you guys really don't know some of these things, but what do you think a select service might be? And I will call your name, Miss Stephanie.
Um, I mean, probably like something the customer wants, like what they select, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So really, it's no real, and there's no wrong answers, group, because you can see I couldn't even get my computer to turn on. So we are among friends right now. But a select service would be the type of hotel where you're not going to get a lot of amenities. You're going to basically just get a room, and you're going to have a restaurant that you can go to that's going to serve you donuts, coffee, just a very limited food items. Your full service hotel is what I work at currently right now. We have a restaurant that's open 24 hours a day. We have housekeeping services available 24 hours a day. Our front desk is not mine anymore. I'm not the general manager. The front desk team is there 24 hours a day. So that will be your full service hotel. Your limited service hotel would be a hotel where I was just at, like our Homewood Suites. It's an all suite hotel. We do have a restaurant that serves breakfast in the morning time, 7 days a week. But then at nighttime, our restaurant is only open 3 nights a week, and that is actually complimentary to all of our guests. You go to the next slide. So I just put a couple examples of what some hotels look like. So at the very top there, those pictures, those are luxury style hotels or resorts. So just think about if you go to like Dubai, Saudi Arabia. If you want to go to Bora Bora, those will be some Barbados that I know some of you may have went to recently as part of your internship, but you could have went to, you probably saw, I think we worked at a Hyatt resort while we did an internship there. I don't know if y'all saw the Hyatt we went on the internship, but those would be nice full-size resort luxury type of hotels. Also at the Hilton brand, you see a lot of different categories that we have. We have a DoubleTree, we have a Hilton Garden Inn, a True, a Home with Suites, a Home 2. So it does not matter your price point. There is a hotel out there for you. Is also an example, you see the Marriott Bonvoy. You have the luxury hotels up there, your JW Marriotts, your additional hotels, your luxury hotels. Then you have your premium, which would be like a full service Marriott, a Westin, and then you see your select service, and then you also see your longer stay hotels, because there are people that have to travel for long periods of time, and you may not want to stay in an apartment. You may want to stay at a hotel. Think of when we had COVID a few years ago. I can't believe it's about 6 years ago now. We had COVID. There was no one traveling, but there were nurses that would travel. So, being an extended stay hotel, the Home with Suites, they would come and stay at a hotel like that. And so that way too, there's apartment style living. They didn't have to really pay for all the extra amenities of LG&E and water, things of that nature. They could stay at a hotel for a long period of time, for about 5 to 11 nights, check in, check out, and then come back again the next night, the next couple of weeks there. You can go to the next slide. So hotels are comprised of many different departments. There's the front desk, and under the front desk, of course, you see your front desk personnel. They're checking your guests in and out. You up under the front desk, there are bellmen, the people that come and get your luggage. There's also a valet, people who want to park cars. Those actually are good jobs to have, the bellman and valet, because you can actually get tips. So those are good. You get a salary, then you may get a tip, so you may have money every single day. Then you have your restaurant, and for those of you that want to become cooks, you can be a chef, you can be a server, a bartender, bar backs, all that's comprised of in the hotel as well. Then you have your banquet department. So have you ever been to a ceremony, if like for your school, prom, anything like that? You go to a place, you have people setting down the plates, come and clean up, sitting down your chairs, your meeting, the tables. Someone has to put that down. That's our banquet department. So they have to set up, and you have banquet captains. Then of course you have housekeeping, which have there's a housekeeper attendants to clean the rooms. So you have the lobby attendants, and they are the ones that are responsible for making sure that the lobby is clean, taking away the garbage. You have your sales department, and so that department is comprised of selling the hotel. My hotel that I'm at currently, I am in charge of business transient guests that's coming in. So say you're working for Yum, who owns Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. I will be responsible for bringing those individuals to my hotel. There also, I have people there that is responsible for getting all the meetings that come in, prom, any type of family reunions, things of that nature. Revenue management, which is such a fun thing too. I'm also responsible for revenue management, setting the rates, make sure the blocks are set. And if you say you have a family reunion you want to set up, which that could be a good project, you should call around the hotel, say you have about 10 rooms that you want to book for a specified date, and see what that sales manager would quote you for a room rate. All right, and the revenue manager is the one who's responsible for setting that rate. You have security. They just walk around the hotel and make sure everybody is secure, doors are locked, the guests are happy. Then, of course, you have your maintenance department. And, of course, as I said, so that's responsible to make sure everything is in working order. You go to the next slide. So this is some of the responsibilities of the front desk: making reservations, answering the telephone, handling any guest requests that we may have, handling complaints, checking guests in and out of the hotel, and concierge. What do you think a concierge person might do? Does anybody know what a concierge person is? Roxy, Miss Sanchez? I can't see everyone's name, so I'm just whoever names I see at the top, I'm just going to be calling on you. So, do you ever have anybody in your family or friends, and they say, "Hey, where should we go today? What's happening where you are? Is everyone from New York here? Where's everyone from?
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey. So you have people coming into town, and they may say, "Hey, what's there to do in New Jersey? What's
Isn't
there
it
to do
like
in New York?" And where do you tell them to go?
isn't it a concierge like someone who like guides people?
Yep, absolutely. So they're gonna come to you and say, "I want to go to New York. I'm visiting New York today. What can I do in New York?" So you'll just find some nice restaurants that people can go to. You can tell them to go visit the Statue of Liberty and tell them how to get there. They can go see the 9/11 Memorial. This different types of things. So that's what a concierge person would do. It's really fun, but it's really knowing what's going on in your city. People ask Guests will ask people at the front desk all the time. They ask me when I was like, "What's there to do in Louisville?" So Louisville to me personally, that's really nothing really to do here. But I think of Churchill Downs, the Louisville Slugger Museum, this different types of attractions that people can go to. You can go to the next slide. As I said, you have your housekeeping department, and they're responsible for cleaning your rooms, public spaces, and doing inventory. I always say the housekeeping department is the number one important department of it all. It doesn't matter if we check somebody in or out. It doesn't matter if we sell the hotel or not. It only matters if those rooms are clean. And they are the ones that make sure our rooms are clean. And for instance, they will clean about 15 rooms a day. So just imagine cleaning your room every single day 15 times. Not fun. I see you laughing, Miss Lopez. It's not fun at all. So they're responsible for cleaning your rooms. Also, your public spaces. Have you ever went to a place and you walk in, it's like, oh, it's kind of dirty in here. You see garbage overflowing. You see, trash everywhere. That's housekeeping. Someone's not doing their job. And so you should never walk into a place and you see all that dirtiness of stuff too. It should always look like no one was ever there. Also, they have an important job of doing inventory. We want to make sure we have all the sheets that we need for the rooms, all the pillows that we need for the room. Make sure we have blankets. Have you ever went somewhere with your family and you may need a rollaway bed because there's not enough bed spaces? They will make sure we have rollaway beds and they make those up for us. So housekeeping is so vitally important to any of our hotels. And they're also the most underrated too, as well. But that's why I love our housekeepers. You can go to the next slide, please. All right, food and beverage. Who on here wants to be cooks? Miss Lopez, anybody else? Miss Lopez, so you want to be a cook? Ever thought about working at a hotel?
Not really.
Yeah. Do you want to work at like a brick and mortar or one of those type of restaurants, or what type of restaurant do you want to work in?
I would want to work in it like I don't know, like more of like I kind of just want to work like at a rich fancy place.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that at all, too. I think those restaurants are great. My restaurant is definitely, I would say like a 4-star type of restaurant as well too. Definitely there's some fine dining. Our bar, we have over 200 different selections of liquor. We have where we do different specialties every night. Our chef will come out to make sure everything is run successfully, but they manage the restaurant, the bar, room service, and banquets. Very, very important job. So I will also tell you too, look inside of a hotel as well. Also, maybe to kind of get your feet wet a little bit and then go work at an actual restaurant too. But restaurant food and beverage is really, really, really fun. Anytime my hotel is known for, there is an author named F. Scott Fitzgerald. He wrote the book The Great Gatsby. He wrote that book in my hotel. So it's a lot of history there. So I think The Great Gatsby is now a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Some of that was filmed in my hotel. So it's really fun. We also had there's a movie that came on HBO called The Murder of Glitterball City, I think it was called, because there was something that happened in a town called Old Louisville that was filmed in my hotel. Some of that stuff was there. So it's different types of things you see at hotels, but they also gonna need some food and beverage. They're gonna need your restaurant. They're gonna need someone to cook for them. They're gonna need a bar, room service, and banquets as well. So I'll also say just kind of think about that too. You can go to the next slide. Maintenance. If there's anyone on here that likes to get their hands dirty, that likes figuring things out, that likes helping people, maintenance is a great career field. The maintenance team is responsible for ensuring our building is running with the correct building temperatures, our equipment is running smoothly. Think about your TVs, your air conditioners. Someone has to be responsible for that. Currently, our city is doing some repairs behind our hotel. Our utility company is called LG&E, Louisville Gas and Electric. We are coordinating with them, with our maintenance team and the city to make sure that things that's going on outside the hotel will not affect our guests inside the hotel. So the maintenance team is very, very helpful to make sure things are running smoothly because we never want anybody to walk in and things are not working properly. That gives you a bad taste in your mouth when you first walk in, particularly if you're paying. My hotel rates can start from $199 all the way up to our Kentucky Derby is $5,000 a night. So we got to make sure everything is working properly. You can go to the next slide. All right, question. You are a hotel manager working at a 150-room property called S.O.A.R by McCamery, a hotel located in Manhattan. You have a full house with a wedding party, cheerleading competition, and kids' birthday parties. The weekend's temperatures are scheduled to be in the high 90s. At 9 p.m., you start receiving phone calls from the front desk that the air conditioner doesn't work in 5 guest rooms. What are you going to do? There's no right or wrong answer. Ms. Lopez, you have your hand up?
I would call an emergency technician, like a 24/7 line, because I'm pretty sure that there's like a emergency line for you to call for emergencies. I'd call them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that does happen. It always happens when the hotel is sold out, the city is sold out, things are always going to go wrong. And so we're going to call our maintenance team to make sure that things are running smoothly. Any other people you're going to call?
I don't know, maybe if you have like ACs in the storage room, like the portable ACs, and give them to them until like maintenance actually gets there and gets the problem fixed.
Good answer. Because if you work at the front desk, if your maintenance team is off, you have to try to do something too. So you have to try to appease the guests until the situation can get fixed. So that's a great answer because you have to do something that someone is very hot and they're calling you like fix this problem right now. Good answer. Any other answers?
Since there's only like 5 of the rooms, I would probably try to move them to a different room for the meantime, or like just allow them to stay in there until the like next day till maintenance come in.
Good answer. Absolutely. That's true too. If you can't get an air conditioner in the room, try to move rooms. You have to try to do something to make that guests to make that guest feel like that you care, that that is your problem. Great answers, everybody. You can go to the next one. All right, revenue management. This is where all the fun starts. That's what I like to say. This is what I do. I love setting rates. This is so fun. I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Get paid a pretty decent salary just to tell people what rate you're going to be paying. So on the next screen, you're going to see too, if you don't mind. This is what I look at on a daily basis. So at the very top, you're going to see those are dates that's coming up in April. You're going to see the total rooms we have in our hotel is 308 rooms. The rack available means that it means how many rooms we have available for that given day. Rack, this means total number of guest rooms that we have. We have rooms that block SRP. We have rooms in groups. We have rooms out of order. And then we have our total sold. So on April the 10th and 11th, what's going on, guys? What do you think's going on?
Max occupancy?
Yes, ma'am. We are oversold on April 11th by 40 rooms. And we are about, what, a month out, 30 days out? So fun times for me. So I have a good project tomorrow. So on the 10th, we're oversold by 12 rooms. So Willie, what's going on that time frame? There is a huge volleyball competition coming into town. And then we also have we have big groups that's coming in. We have a band. We have this couple different groups that are arriving. So we had the room list. We got that completed today. Unfortunately, all the rooms were not in the system anymore. So there were other people that were allowed to book. So then they were allowed to reserve their rooms. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all don't know hotel jargon. So we got that room list, and now we put that in. We're now 40 rooms oversold. So what I have to do is for the night of the 10th and the 11th, I now need to call those guests to see if they really are coming in. We have about 20 rooms that are under one name. I have to call that guest who is in London and ask them, do you really need all 20 rooms? Hopefully I also have to call sister properties to see, okay, if people do need rooms, who also has rooms in the city. So it's great to be able, you have to coordinate with other hoteliers. Luckily, we do have other hotels in our city, so we can always relocate people too. But this is what I do. For the date of April 11th, who want to guess what I made that room rate be? What do you think the room rate's going to be April the 11th?
Come on,
Because I
scholars,
do
take a
not,
guess.
yeah, just take a guess. Because I don't want anybody coming to the hotel. I want to stop people from arriving. There's no wrong answer.
Like
Summer,
over.
how about you? Or Roxy, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying like over occupancy.
Yeah. What rate would you want to
How
put
much
on
would you
there?
charge?
Oh, well, how much would you want to charge?
How much you
Oh,
going to charge? Because you want to stop people from coming in. You
yeah.
can no longer take 40. You are now overbooked by 40 rooms. So you cannot take any other rooms.
I probably charge like 100. No, 125.
125.
Okay. Any other guesses?
Evan, how
Okay, let's
about
say
you?
my hotel room rate start at from it could be from 199 all the way up to 319. Someone's paying 319 over that weekend. So if I already have people paying 319 and they don't mind paying that, so what do you think is the next best rate I can put
Girl,
out there to
up it
get
up.
people to stop
300 to
staying?
350, damn near 400 if they're willing for it.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what I'm charging them? Two
Roxy
thousand
said
dollars.
390. Wait a minute, how much are you charging them?
$2,000.
$2,000?
Yes.
Diabolical.
Because I don't want anyone else to come into this hotel. So I want to deter people from staying with me. So what you do not know is that my hotel is a part of something called Hilton Honors. If you are at the very, very top level, which means like you're a diamond member or a lifetime diamond, means you come to all Hilton's hotels, you spend all of this money 365 days a year. You come to all my hotels, come to all Hilton's. You have a right to stay to make a reservation at any hotel, no matter if they're sold out or not, and you can pay whatever that rate is. So if the rate's $500, you have to pay $500. So because I know there are Hilton people out there over this weekend, I'm going to charge them $2,000. So if you really want to come stay in my hotel, you're going to have to pay for it. Crazy. So I want to see how many people's actually going to really book. So hopefully that we should probably get some cancellations though. But this is what I look at on a daily basis, just to make sure that we have all the rooms we're supposed to have, all the room lists are in. There's nothing that's kind of crazy, anything like that. So you see where it says that blocked SRP avail. That means how many rooms do we still have left in a block? How many rooms do we still have left that's for a wedding, that's for a family reunion, that's coming in for a corporate business trip? So over that day, I still have 65 rooms left that I still need to put in, that I'm hoping that these people don't show up. Because then if I lose some of those rooms, they'll actually allow me to lose some of my 40 rooms at the top. You can go to the next screen. This is actually another part of the screen that I'll look at. This is actually today. So this tells you, this gives us a breakdown. D2, that's just a bed type. This means double beds. So we have 76 double beds available in the hotel, total maximum. On that day of today, I have 57 double rooms available, which means I have 15 of those sold. And then I have some that's out of order. I have 3 rooms that's out of order because we're putting in new internet in our rooms. I have a 1 room that's blocked in a group block. And then there's actually more of the screen. It breaks down every single room type that we have. I can also say up under where it says LOS pattern, that means length of stay pattern. If I don't want people to stay for one night, this position is revenue management. So if I don't want people to stay in our double beds on March 11th today for one night, so that means they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So say I want them to stay in a double bed for 3 nights. So what I would do, I would click off that 1 or 2. So if you really want a double bed coming in today on March 11th, you got to stay with me for 3 nights. The thing with revenue management, I am trying to maximize the most revenue that I can get for a single day over a given time frame. Because all of this is money. So that's how you got to think about this. All of this that you're doing is controlling how much money the hotel is going to be getting that day. So this is a very important job that you need to make sure that you're understanding what's going on in the area. Like I said, the April the 10th, 11th time, I already know there's a convention in town. So I know I can charge high rates. I also know that the city is full. Today, we're not sold out. Probably a lot of people are not sold out. So I don't need to charge that much money. It's all about supply and demand. This is why I said this is the best thing about revenue management. Is how much money can I get with the least amount of rooms I have to sell.
Now, what's great about learning about this revenue management, it goes right into what you learned over in business and entrepreneurship, because revenue management is not just in hotels. You use it in everybody's business, whether you're doing a restaurant, whether you're a t-shirt business, whether you're selling cars, an internet business. Kind of look at this as a revenue inventory sheet, because there's a separate inventory sheet that goes with this, where she has to track, the linen, the pillows, toiletries, et cetera, et cetera. But for her specific job, this is tracking the money. Okay. So if you're starting your own business or you work for somebody else, you're going to be looking at this revenue management screen in just about everybody's type of business. Back to you, Professor Tanya.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point. So for you who want to run a restaurant, you need to understand how much materials you have and how much are you going to charge for your dish. Is there something going on in town? Are there special events? This is a good question, and I don't really know this answer. Are there special events that may affect restaurants? If the city is sold out, hopefully people are going to come to you. They'll come to your restaurant. So you're going to have to advertise. You have to do all these things to get people to come to your hotel. So you're going to be the city sold out on this type. So what can you do to get people in? What type of revenue are you going to get on that day? Because all this is going to go to your bottom line. So once you do all your purchases and you have all your expenses, you do all your inventory, at the end of all that, you have your bottom line. How much money did you bring to the bottom line after you paid all your bills? You paid all your employees. You paid all your vendors. How much money did you make? This is going to tell me right here. I think that's another slide. It could be a break. This screen here, this tells me how much I am doing on a monthly basis. So for today, my average, I am at 29% occupied today. We're going to say 30%. My average rate that I'm going to get from everybody in that hotel, no matter people spend $150, people spending $200, some people spending $50. We put all that money together, divide that by how many rooms we have sold. That tells me how much money I made for the day. That's my average rate. It's $172.55. On March the 25th, how much money am I going to make? Am I due to make?
You said the 25th,
Yes, ma'am.
249.
Yes, ma'am. So let's think about that. So that's 249. The next day is at 238. So again, this hotel makes a pretty decent amount of money. Those colored charts means different types of occupancy for that day. If anything's like in red, pay attention. Red, stop, stop, stop. Blue is like there's nothing going on. That's like green is like, oh, you can do whatever you want to for that day. Yellow, like the 18th, is like, okay, we're kind of getting somewhere. We may need to kind of start looking at something. That 17th, you see that orange? We're at 89% on that day. Okay, something's moving. I'm going to start looking at that day. And then once it turns red, it's like, I got everybody. I can start charging more money because I don't have that many more rooms to sell. So I shrunk my hotel down. I had 308 rooms. I shrunk it all the way down to say I have 50 rooms to sell. I'm going to sell those last 50 rooms at the most amount of money that I can get for that certain day based upon what's going on with the other hotels in my competition. Because I have other Hilton properties right across the street from me, two doors down from me. I have a Marriott property 2 blocks away from me. I have a Hyatt 1 block away from me. So I'm trying to beat out all those other hotel people to try and get people to stay with me. So I also still got to make sure my rate is going to be correct. Because as you're searching, I don't know if you guys have this project or not, you need to search for the best hotel with the best rate, with the best amenities that you may want to have. And
Yep,
all this
it's
is
included in
controlled by
there.
revenue management.
Yep, it's included in one of their EOCs. So these numbers are important.
So this is what I look at on it. And I also have to report this to my investors. You may have people who they want to go into business with you. You have other ownerships, and they're going to ask you, how much money are we going to plan on making for the month of March? You have to probably try to figure that out for them. Is it going to be a slow season? Is it going to be a hot season for you? All this matters because people want to invest in something that's going to make them money. You want to invest in something that's not going to bring any money to you. So all this revenue management, all this money, it's great that everybody wants to do what you want to do, but what's important is how much money you're going to be making.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to revenue management, do people just book and then you change the price later on, or do you leave that the slots open up until like a week prior?
Good question. So, for instance, for like these dates here, see, I don't have that on the slide there. Shoot, I had one that I don't have that on here. So, say for, like I said, for that time of April the 10th and 11th, I set that rate for $2,000. If we get cancellations, I will reduce the rate because I want people to stay. If I know, for instance, spring break, no one comes to Louisville for spring break. I need to have low rates then. So I may have a 139, 129, 149 rate, something like that. Our Kentucky Derby is the first weekend of May. Everyone's going to come to the city for the Kentucky Derby. I can set my rate, what's this, more 2 months ahead of time to make that rate be wherever I want it to be. If I see that I'm selling good, people are still coming in, I keep raising the rate. If I see that, we haven't moved any rooms, like for the week of the 16th and 17th, I have changed that rate 3 times already over the last couple days because people are not booking. So we're looking at that too. It's like, okay, why are people not booking? Is it the rate? Is it the other hotels? I don't know. Lowering the rate doesn't mean the phone's going to ring. It means you left money on the table, right? So you want to get the best price that you can have for your item. If you have food, you have to take all those things, how much does your flour cost, your butter, your time labor. You put all that into however much that dish is going to cost. And that's how much money it may cost you to make. It may cost you $6 to make that particular meal, but you're going to charge, say, $12 because you want to get that revenue back. You want to make a profit on it, if that makes sense, if I said that correctly. I'm not a food person. I just kind of know this stuff because I've talked to Drake. So, but did that make sense? Did I answer that question?
Yes. Can I ask an additional question?
Absolutely. Ask as many questions you like.
What is like no lower than a certain price can you go? Like, what is the minimum no less price? Have you ever gone?
For this hotel, the Silbach, I would say the lowest price we would probably do is a 149.
Thank you.
The hotel that I was at a Homewood Suites, is only 100 rooms. I'm at so downtown is going to be the more popular area, but I like to say downtown. I was in the suburb, so the suburban part of Louisville. I think the minimum I ever charged was 129, maybe 119. Yeah. Only because, and I hate to say this, but you want certain clientele in your hotel. If you're charging, like I have a beautiful full service hotel, if I charge $99, I may not get the correct guest I want in my hotel, if that makes sense. So I don't want certain room rates out there depending on where I'm at. Because we have known that sometimes people who pay less, they destroy your hotel. So I don't mind charging 129, 149, 130. I may not sell out, but I have the right people in my hotel. But sometimes that still doesn't make sense because people still pay a whole lot of money. They still do crazy stuff too. So it all just depends. Good questions. Any other questions? All right. I think that is the next slide. And I think we're on a break. I said 15 minutes. I don't know if we do 15 minutes or not.
Yeah, 15 minutes is fine. They sent through quite a bit of information. You guys go grab you some snacks, use the restroom, do what you need to do. I'll set a timer and we'll come back 7:35 or 7:35. So a 14-minute break. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for responding. Thank you. You
Thank
guys were
you.
sleepy tonight.
Thank you. I said I can't say everybody's names. I'll be calling on you.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from our break. We just have a few more slides to go through, and then we'll be finished. So I appreciate everyone's patience. So here's our next question. You're a hotel manager working a 150-room property, still the Hotel S.O.A.R by Montgomery, a hotel located in Manhattan. You have a full house with a wedding party, cheerleading competition, and a kid's birthday party. Guests are come to the front desk asking for pool towels. The wedding party air conditioner is out in the meeting room, and the guests checked into a dirty room. What are you going to handle first? Anyone?
The guests that were checked into a dirty room, I'm gonna call housekeeping to get that under control first.
Yes, ma'am. Any other answers?
I mean, is there like, isn't there like multiple people working at the hotel? So there will be people helping out. The people who got checked into the dirty room, and then there will be people who will be serving them like like customer service, hotel service. Like, isn't there like two different places where you could go, and it's not just one person that's helping you, and their
Mm-hmm.
customers are getting help at the same time, and nobody's waiting.
Yes. In a perfect situation, yes. You have multiple people working at the front desk with you. Sometimes you're actually there by yourself. Because depending on labor, which is very important for you guys who want to run your own business, labor is the only thing you can control in your business. You can't control how many people will come in to visit you. You can't control the food people are going to get. You can't control the expenses that people are going to charge you for, but you can control how many people will be working for you at a given time. So, yes, good answer. Definitely make sure, call housekeeping to get that guest to see figure out what's going on with that dirty room. Hopefully you have other rooms that are available. You can move them into a different room. If not, I've actually had to clean a room before when my housekeeper team has left. I've had to go clean a room. Wedding party air conditioner is out in the meeting room. You can just call maintenance again. As we said before, maintenance is the one that's going to control all that stuff for you. So hopefully they can get everything working together. If not, we may have to bring some fans in, portable air conditioning unit, something like that. The front desk, guests will come to the front desk, ask for pool towels. Hopefully, that's something very easily you may have behind your desk. You just go grab it for them real quick and just give it to them. But there's really no right or wrong answer. You just have to kind of think about what is the priority at that given time. Because in life or anything that you're doing, you're going to have different things coming to you. So what are you going to handle first? What are you going to do? You go to your next slide. Also, there was a thing too. I said, like, who do you call? We know who we're going to call. Do you offer any guests any type of compensation? Do you want to give them any points? Do you want to give them room for free? Do you want to discount their room rate? What would you say for the guests that checked into a dirty room? What type of compensation would you want to give to them? Or do you think they deserve compensation?
Yeah, probably like a room upgrade, because that's like really like bad to see that you paid for something and then it was like not even clean. So I'll probably just give them a room upgrade to something better.
Hmm. Yeah, good answer. Room are great. People definitely love that. Good answer. You can also give out. Before I say, anybody else have any additional answers? This is your business. Whatever business you want to run, someone is coming to you, say that they have a problem. What are you going to do? What are you going to say to them?
People like to eat.
Yeah, I think everybody here may like food. So you're in a restaurant. People are coming to you. The food is cold. The server was rude to them. What are you going to do?
I would put the meal on the house because of the inconvenience.
Hmm. And what do you think you would say to those? I say guests. Guests can be anything. Guests, there are guests in your house. There's guests in a restaurant. There's guests in your hotel. So I'm gonna say when I say guests, we can just be apply that to whatever it is that you want to do. What are you gonna tell those people that was disappointed in the service that your establishment provided?
Um, I'd probably say I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. We'll fix that right away for you, ma'am. And for now, I hope you will get a new meal out for you that is warmer, help you with a new server, and then we give them a free meal.
Yep. Great answer. Everyone just wants to hear I'm sorry. And how you going to fix it. Just don't say I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry. I'm going to do this to fix it. Don't let them tell you. Just say this is what I want to do. And if they don't like it, you can tell by the body language if you need to offer more. But definitely good answer. And sometimes in hotels, what we do is, as I said, if you're a member of the Hilton Honors Program, I would give out Hilton Honor points because if you're traveling for business, sometimes your company is paying for your room or your company may be paying for that food. So I may not want to give them a free room or free food, for instance. Again, it just be whatever you want to do because that's not going to do something for them. So I like to do something for themselves since they were the one inconvenient. So I would do Hilton Honor points. If it's a weekend guests pay for their rooms out of their own pocket. So definitely a room upgrade, great answer. I would give them that. I actually may offer them a lower room rate for the inconvenience. Whatever I can do to just really try to say that I'm sorry. You can go to the next slide, please. So you're going through the guest request comment report at the start of your shift. And if you work the front desk, there's a report that we get that tells us what you may want. So, for instance, you may see like there's a gentleman named Jeff that's coming in. He wants foam pillows. There's a guy named Carl. He wants a refrigerator room. Someone named Heather wants a fan in the room. There's someone who wants to be close to someone named Jeremy Miller. So all these things you have to do to try to make sure you're getting the request and getting exactly what you have for the hotel. Because sometimes we may not have foam pillows available. It may be feather pillows because you have people that with allergies. People may want a refrigerator in the room. Guess what? It's a request only. I don't have 100 refrigerators just sitting in my property. I may only have 20. So it's going to be first come, first serve. If anyone's there for an anniversary, for instance, we like to celebrate that. So if you're coming into our hotels, if there's an anniversary or a birthday, you giving birth, the hotel that I was in charge of, I would give people cards. I've given people anniversary gifts, like gift cards to go to a restaurant so where they can celebrate. I bought people balloons, cakes, so anything like that, just so that way I can make sure I can show them that we appreciate them staying. Now, for those requests, who do you think is going to handle the foam pillows in the refrigerator? From
Maintenance.
those, absolutely great job. Yep. Somebody wants the rooms close together. Who's going to handle that?
Receptionist.
Yep, that's your front desk person. The anniversary, someone's coming in for an anniversary. Who you think's going to handle that?
I'd say receptionist and or event planner if they do have one. I don't.
Good answer. You need to work at hotels. I'm going to recruit you for a hotel person pretty soon. Absolutely.
Hey,
So your front
Esther,
desk
let's go.
will tell your restaurant to say, "Hey, we have an anniversary in house. What can we do for them?" And then the restaurant will coordinate with the front desk to say, we can give them cookies, for instance, or a cake, and then we can have someone in housekeeping, or someone at the front desk, or someone in event planning take that to their room and have it there. Um, there was someone that person that Chef Last Gamer knew, and they was coming to my hotel. They have flowers going to be delivered to the hotel. I got the phone call. So I went to the front desk, make sure the flowers was there, and I wanted to put it up in the room for them. So we get all types of different requests that you may have to handle on a daily basis. And sometimes when we're busy is when we get the most requests. So you have to try to make sure your time is you're managing your time well. You can go to the next slide, please. Jill Smith calls the front desk for room 401. He asks to be connected to the valet. The front desk transfers him to valet, but no one answers. The valet is your parking attendants. Resume the call, ring it back to the front desk. You know that one valet attendant is on a shuttle run while the other is currently retrieving a guest vehicle. What are you going to do? A guest is calling you to get their car. The person supposed to be responsible for the car is not available. So you get the phone call back. What are you going to do? Miss Jalen?
Um, um, I'm kind of unsure.
That's okay. You're okay. I know it's kind of weird to get called on. I know. I hate those things too.
Can I come back to you?
Absolutely. Miss Kimberly?
I would say if there are extra receptionists working at the desk, that one of them would go ahead and do the job for them in the meanwhile.
Absolutely. We're a team. There's no I in team. So if you're able to get away, there's multiple people at your desk. If you're working with two or three people, ask us like, hey, can I go ahead and step away to go help this guest because you want to be a part of the team. Now, if you're the only person there, then you may have to tell that guest, I'm sorry, someone will be there right with you, get their name and number, write their room number down, and then give them a call back in the time that you said you was going to do it. Don't tell somebody you can call them back in 5 minutes, it takes 10 minutes. Tell them you call them back in 30 minutes, but if you call them back in 5 minutes, they're like, whoa, they was really on the spot. So you overpromise. What was it? Overpromise, undelivered. What was that? Where I forget how you say it too. So you just don't want to make sure that
Overpromise, under
undelivered. Is that right?
Overpromise, overdeliver.
Okay, thank. Because I was like, wait a minute, overpromise over something. So you just want to make sure that you say it's going to take 30 minutes to get a result, but it actually took 5 minutes. They're going to probably give you a tip, and they're going to say some good things to your manager because you was able to help them in a fast time frame. You can go to the next slide, please. So part of our security, they do rounds at the hotel and they actually give us a report of what actually has happened. So this is something that happened at the hotel a little bit a while ago. The front office associate had two calls simultaneously to the desk, and they had faulty air conditioners. And the guest was registered as a Hilton Honors Gold member, and they didn't want to relocate. Fans were provided by the guests, and they were going to communicate to the first shift person to make sure that gets rectified. So as they're doing rounds, like somebody at 141, there was a noise complaint from a room. The issue at hand was a loud noise coming from inside of a neighboring room. We responded and counted the room. We told the guests that, hey, you got to be quiet. They were intoxicated. So we knocked on the room. And so we just have to tell people you have got to be quiet because we don't want to disturb other people. It's fine to come and play at your hotels, but the thing is you don't want to disturb your other guests. So they make rounds about every hour, I believe, walking the property, make sure the doors are locked, make sure we don't have any. Our downtown has a lot of homeless people. Make sure people are not coming in, causing trouble, anything like that. We have prom season coming up, and we have this staircase that everyone loves to take pictures off of. So we have to have security there during prom season to tell outside guests you cannot come into our hotel to take pictures for your prom. You have to rent a room. You have to go by the book. So security is very vital to your hotel, because we want to make sure that your guests inside the hotel are safe, your team members are safe, and as well as the outside of the building, that's safe and secure. Let's see here. And so also when we have these security rounds, we always email it out to everybody in the morning time so the managers know, your general manager knows, assistant general manager, so that way they can be aware of any issues. We have staff meetings on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, and we may discuss some of these things that has happened so that way everyone knows how to handle a guest interaction if it happens again. So with it being prime season, we actually have materials we're printing up. It is going to say you're not allowed to take prime pictures. If you do, you're going to be escorted off the property. So we have verbiage that's going to be at every part of our hotel. But those are things that we communicate in staff meetings, but we get those from what our team members are saying and also what our security is saying to us. So every department is vital. Everyone has to work together. Everyone's a part of the team because we all are affected by each other. You can go to the next slide. And I believe this is the last one. So you and another front desk agent are working a shift at the front desk. There's some downtime, so you're discussing a TV show you both really like. Just as a guest enters the lobby, you have a really hot take on this series. I'm currently watching Paradise, so if anybody watches that too, I'm always talking about that at work. Your coworker disagrees with you and wants to let you know, but the guest is getting closer. The conversation heating up a little bit. What's going to happen next? What are you going to do? You have a guest approaching the front desk. You and your colleague, you and your team member are talking about Stranger Things. And it's like, this last season, everybody's been watching this and everything's been going on with it. So you're talking about it. Can't believe what's going on. Guest is walking up. What are you going to do? You're in your restaurant. You're in your restaurant. You have servers talking. They're not interacting with your guests. What are you going to do?
I think that what I would do is that whenever I'm having a conversation with someone, but I need to pay attention to someone else first, I just say pause, like on our conversation, and we'll get back to it once we can.
Yep. We have a rule. It's kind of like a 10-5-10 rule. So if a guest is like, well, no, it's like 20-10-5. Sorry. So if they're 20 feet away from you, you kind of stop talking, you make eye contact. When they're about 10 feet away from you, you start smiling and say good morning. And when they're right in front of you, then it's when you say, how can I help you? Conversation stops when that guest is in the lobby because we don't want our guests hearing personal conversations. That's not really appropriate. So we have to watch what we say, how we interact. We don't even allow drinking coffee. I'm always drinking coffee in the morning time. You can't drink coffee at the front desk. You got to hide it because we want to make it seem like this is a very clean area. We all are here for you. No distractions. You are paying our bills. When people are coming to your establishment, they are paying your bills. Always remember that. The guest is not always right, but they are still your guest.
You always make
So
them feel that way.
I always make
Esther,
them feel
you had a
like,
comment?
yeah. So I was like, so even when you run a restaurant, the guest is, the food probably really wasn't cold. There was no hair in the food, but they're going to be right, and you're going to have to take care of them. The guest
Esther,
is
I saw your
king.
hand pop up. Where'd she go? Did we lose Esther? I know I saw her hand up. I am not crazy. Well, I am a little crazy, but
Yeah.
Yes, my hand was up. I was just adding on to what Roxy said about pausing the conversation because at the end of the day, you are at work and your job is to really service to these people. So I just feel like as soon as the person is approaching you, you need to stop your conversation respectfully always because you guys can always go back and it may not be as important as your regular TV show.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. Good answer, Esther. Yeah, so in the hotel world, your business and entrepreneurship world, your restaurant world, it really is all the same. The guests are coming into your establishment, are picking and choosing you for them to visit. They can go anywhere else in the world or in your city on that street, but they came to see you. So whatever you are doing, you are setting yourself apart. So always remember that they are, I don't want to say the boss, but they are paying your bills and you need to treat them respectfully. And I think that may be the last slide. Is that the last slide?
Yep, nothing else is.
So, question. So, how many people may want to go to hotel work now? Did I make it a little bit interesting? You never thought about some stuff in the hotel world? Anybody want to do revenue management? I think everybody kind of liked that
Well,
portion of it.
I'm going to management for I'm pursuing career management, and I just
Okay.
got like one of a little preview of what you could do in management. Like I didn't know you could work at a hotel for management.
Oh, absolutely. And the great thing, I'm always going to tell everybody go to school. Please go to school. If you want to go to school, go to college, please continue your education. The good thing about doing in some of the hospitality that we do, be it restaurants, be it hotels, you can really work from the ground up. I started at the front desk, and I mean when I was 19 years old with our company, and I worked my way up. I did go to school. Actually, I went to Bethune-Cookman in Florida for a semester. I went to West Kentucky University in Bowling Green for about a year doing hotel management. Then I figured, why do I need to go to school? I just go work for the company, and I made my money that way too. So there's really no right or wrong way, but I always go to school. School's very important because I'm going back to school too to get my education because they can't take it away. But you could definitely use a management degree in hospitality, communication degree, marketing. All those are good career fields to do in hotel work. Being a general manager, in management, you're doing human resources. So if you like doing that, if you like marketing, if you like figuring out how to get people to come to whatever it is that you want to do, management is a good thing, and also it pays well. Anybody that would want to be a cook that wants to go work at a restaurant in a hotel now?
Nobody wants to work in a hotel.
Roxanne, I'm going to get you to be in the hotel.
Hotel is fun work.
Yeah, it really is fun too. But I really, really appreciate your guys' patience with me tonight with my technology issues. If you have, do you have any other questions that I may be able to answer for you?
No,
Well, good people, we will be talking again tomorrow. We'll be doing lodging careers, going through a little bit of that tomorrow. So come through with any questions you may have. If you think about anything tonight, if you're able to research some hotels that may be in your area, if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Maybe research some lodging careers as well, so we can kind of talk about that tomorrow. But I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for allowing me to teach you tonight.
outstanding. Appreciate you, Professor Tanya.
Thank you, Professor.
Dr.
Mm.
Yes, go ahead. You guys go right ahead. If y'all want to thank her, go right ahead. I see the claps
Thank you,
in the
Professor.
chat. So you will have her again tomorrow for the lodging portion of it. We're gonna go through different phases of lodging. Besides hotel, there's so many different aspects and avenues that go into lodging, and also dig a little deeper into the career. So definitely get prepared for that class tomorrow. We will do our Mentimeter tomorrow for both classes. So we don't have a game tonight, but we will have a game tomorrow night for today's class and at the end of tomorrow's class. Same thing with the course evaluation. We will do that at tomorrow's class. And reminders, Dr. Kennedy, do you have the LOL slide available?
I do. Let me go ahead and
I
share
know
my
we
screen.
got a couple of students that were not here yesterday. At least I don't remember seeing them in the group. And so I want to make sure that we explain that to them as well. Your screen is shared, Dr. Kennedy.
All right, there we go. I was trying to turn my camera on. All right, as we wrap up another successful class, just wanted to give you information about the optional H&T in action, learning out loud assignment. I know yesterday we were having some difficulty getting into our Google Classroom. I noticed some more scholars have joined the classroom. Thank you so much. I need about maybe six more of you guys to go ahead and join the Google Classroom. There is where you will upload this video. After each class, you go ahead and follow these 5 steps. Introduce yourself, give a nice little summary of what the class was about, mention something that stood out to you, maybe how you can apply it to your life or in the real world if you have any questions. And don't forget to have an official ending to the video. It doesn't have to be long, but it does need to include these 5 steps or these 5 directions within the video. Esther, I see you have a hand up. Can I answer a question for you?
How do I join the Google Classroom?
Okay, I believe I there was a link that was sent to the group chat. I know we as H&T cohort, we have a group chat. I believe it was sent in that group chat. I want to say I dropped it in the chat. If I didn't, I can do that now.
The WhatsApp group chat?
The WhatsApp group chat, yes. It should be there.
All right. All
And you
right.
shouldn't have any problems signing up.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Anyone else have any other questions?
Where can we find the information for the assignment that's due tomorrow?
From yesterday's class on the Google Classroom, it should be there under the assignments.
Yep, you go into Google Classroom and you log into hospitality and service, you should see it there.
All right, let me see if I can find the link and drop it in there too, so you guys can have it right now.
And while she is finding that to put in the chat,
Yes.
I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit again with the end of course finale. One of the reasons why we implemented the LOL is to give you an opportunity to help you with your public speaking and speaking in front of people and being more comfortable having to give presentations, because all through the cohort you're going to have to give presentations, you're going to have to speak, you're going to be called on, and at the end of each cohort you have a presentation you're going to give. Like the last one was, the pitch perfect. This one is going to be what I'm going to discuss here. So take advantage of the LOL opportunity, do a little short video, upload it in Google Classroom, tell us what you know about the class and things of that nature to get you more comfortable with speaking on camera, public speaking. And so our end of course project, the final project is you're going to plan your dream vacation. That's why learning about the hotels is important, because you're going to have to go through choosing a destination, picking your travel dates, your budget, flights and transportation, accommodations, which falls under the hotel portion of it. And you're also going to take it in the travel and tourism class that Professor Rosie is going to give. So you're going to need all of the classes to be able to build this as one of your end of course. So you get to choose between one of two. So this one is the planning the dream vacation, and it needs to be detailed, about 3 to 5 minutes. Yes, we want a slideshow. We want to know all about the attractions, everywhere you're going to go, how much it's going to cost, who you're taking with you, et cetera, et cetera. And you can find a copy of this EOC in the Google Classroom as well. And then the second part is final project is a food dish creation that's a social media post. So you'll be taking a couple of food classes here towards the end of the series with Cooking with Me and then Baking with Chef Michelle. And after you'll be able to take those classes, to give you a good understanding that you'll be able to pick a recipe and you're going to put a TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook type video. You don't have to necessarily post it, but you do need to upload it and send it to us for your as a choice for your end of course. So it's a food dish creation. You got to research the recipe and development, go through the entire cooking process, plating, reflect on the experience, et cetera, et cetera. So you will see this also inside of the Google Classroom, and it's also emailed to you when Diana sends out the email. So I wanted to make sure we remind you guys that that is part of your EOC, and every class builds on the EOC.
Okay, and Miss C just
Um,
shared that this link is still not working, the one I put in the chat. So I guess you're better off just using that link that's in the WhatsApp.
Chastity, excuse me. The one you put in the chat is working. The one that's in their emails is not working.
There should be one in
Gotcha.
the chat, I think,
Yeah,
not
the
the
one in the
email.
chat, the one you just put in the chat is working.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Excuse
the
me.
WhatsApp. The WhatsApp.
Yeah, I
Should
didn't
be
check
that
the
one.
WhatsApp. I checked what you just put in class.
Yeah.
That one. The
I
chat in
don't
class
know
tonight.
if
That
it's
link
just
is
me.
working, you put in there.
Okay, good. So that one's working, and the one in your WhatsApp should be working.
Okay. I was saying the one they got in their regular email is still not working for them to
Okay.
click on. So,
So use
Um,
those, use this link and the one in the WhatsApp.
The
and Roxy, no,
400
they are
letter
separate. I'm
assignment
sorry,
is
go
due
ahead, Rima.
tomorrow. I don't think it's in the Google Classroom. I don't know if it's just me, but it's only showing the LOL assignment.
The same for me. I was gonna do it yesterday, but it wasn't
Yeah,
like
it
it's
didn't
not
show
there
up
for
on mine
me.
either.
Someone else said that, and they had to click around to see like all the classes and their assignments should be there. It shouldn't just be that one assignment. I think Miss Rosie was saying the same thing, but then she was able to find the other assignments.
We will hop in and we will get an email to you shortly. So you guys can have that for the beginning of class
Yes, don't
tomorrow.
worry about it. You won't be
That should
penalized
be in
if
there
you can't access it.
because it should be in there. Dun, 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 dun,
Can we
dun.
send a follow-up email to you to let you know that we can't access it?
Please.
Absolutely.
I just want to
Okay.
interrupt for just one quick second, if I may. If they go in there, when I tried to link in the email, if you put back, you guys are in Google Classroom, you put back the classes, it takes you back to the classes. Click on the class. Then it gives you an option to add and create to upload it. You can mark as done. So it has it there. Does that make sense? Scholars? Does that
I'm
make
click
sense?
I'm
I think they're
clicking
It's
through it,
trying.
but I still
confused.
can't see it.
So, okay.
I would
If you go
share
to
it, but
the
my view is
classroom,
going to be different because I'm quote unquote the owner of the classroom. So my view won't be the
hold on.
same as on the student side.
When you go into Google
I can
Classroom,
I can share my screen
y'all
if
can
you
see
want.
this, right? Yeah, I'll give you sharing rights. Um, see.
Okay.
So when you go into Google Classroom, does everybody see this?
Yes.
Right? You click on classwork. Y'all don't see homework one under hospitality and service? Y'all don't see this?
I
Where it
think
Yeah,
says
it
it
has
second
it
says
as
mile
a
it's
service?
draft
draft.
and not
I don't
posted.
think it was like posted.
No, it's not posted like the LOL assignment. That one is new, but the other should be there under the weeks of the different classes.
So you guys see that? I'm in the same Google Classroom. So when you go in there and you hit the classwork, hospitality and service, homework one, and then there's a link right here. You click that link, it pulls up the second mile service assignment. You guys are not seeing that in your Google Classroom?
It
No,
says
on
draft for
yours, it
you.
says it's a draft. So I don't know if you published it
So
like
yes, the part
or
that says draft, you know what? Let me see if I just go publish. Because it says draft, but you still should be able to click the link. Y'all see this link at all?
No, wait, could you
No.
click like the three dots next to draft? I don't think you posted it because I sent a picture in the chat showing what it says, like under classwork.
Okay. All right. Well, give me a few minutes to figure this out. And we'll have it uploaded shortly. Because they all say draft, but they all should be saved in there for you guys to access.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll figure this out.
I'll
Somebody
check the
can
chat
click
too.
on it.
So I can see.
For all the ones
See
that
you.
say draft, we can't see.
Where is okay? So let's put this in there. See that? You know what?